Friends, what's up? It's a beautiful day. We're just about to do some yard work, and I wanted to shoot this video up telling you guys what we're doing this upcoming block. So during this block, which starts tomorrow on Monday, June 2nd, we're going to be working in our gymnastic department. We're going to do kind of a split week, but we're going to take a lot of the structure out and just get to straight up practice, and our main focus is going to be on handstand push-ups and some sort of pulling. So you can really, it's going to be 100% open-ended. You can choose to work on, strict handstand push-ups, kipping handstand push-ups, deficit, negatives, whatever. It totally anything that you want to work on. That's what these sessions are for. Is like, let's set aside that time and straight focus on it. And then obviously, if you're physically in the gym, or so some people follow this elsewhere, but if you're physically in the gym at Power Stroke, then this is when we'll get to work with you guys and really just tune things up from a gymnastic skill perspective. And that'll be the same thing for pulling. So muscle ups, getting your first kipping pull up, how to get butterfly, how to make your hollow and arch better, just all the little stuff we'll be working on there. So those will be kind of nice. And some of you will probably like to be more in the route of just like, I'm steady working, and whenever I feel ready, I'm ready to rock. And some of you will like to be a little bit more regimented. I know I like that. When I'm working on this, is I like to go, one set every 30 seconds or so, and that seems to be a way I like to do it. But we're gonna let you guys kind of be the creators of this one as it starts, and we'll see how we go from there. But it'll be really good to get practice that way. That was a long explanation for that first thing, but we are also going to be alternating that with some stuff that's going to be kind of bodybuilding style. So for instance, next week we've got a bicep superset, and every 4 minutes for 4 sets, you have 30 seconds max curls with an empty barbell, and then a little 15-second transition, and then you have a minute max kipping pulling. So whatever version you want to work on. So same thing, it's kind of like skill sesh, but we're dialing in a little bit more volume and intensity, and then pre-fatiguing with some bodybuilding movements. And we'll do that with pressing and handstand push-ups, similar setup. We'll be getting some good accessory stuff in as per usual. We always on that. Speaking of accessory and our strength, we're going to be using a Turkish get-up. So we're going to do a heavy single Turkish get-up, and I don't like those like in a Metcon necessarily. I don't know. Everything has a time and a place, but there's no doubt that if you can do a heavy Turkish get-up, that you have pretty much no mobility restrictions. So sometimes working towards a function or a skill can help a lot of the little aches and pains along the way. Because a lot of that shit is just aches and pains and knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, all that stuff. It's just instability and things aren't able to handle what you're asking for it. Blown over here. So yeah, I think that's going to be a really cool thing for stability for us to work on. We got some farmery. We're going to be alternating between heavy squats. So 1 week on A weeks, we're going to be doing this squat and breath hold farmery. And then the other weeks, we're going to be doing heavy single squats, or heavy low rep squats, we'll put it that way. And we'll be testing in, I don't want to get too crazy about the 1 rep and overhyping that, but we'll test in a heavy single, and then we're going to retest that at the end. So yeah, when we're not going to go absolute balls to the wall, like, hey, our number one focus this block is to get your 1 rep back squat. Our focus is a little bit more in our gymnastic and aerobic session here. So obviously we're still doing these heavy squats, but long story short is it's not going to be like our prime focus where we're squatting heavy 3 times a week and everything else falls to the wayside. So just want to make that clear. We'll still get plenty of good squats in, promise. But yeah, so 1 week heavy singles, another week it'll be something like 4 rounds of 8 back squats with a relatively heavy load, and then immediately to a bike, and as many calories as you can get without breathing at all, holding your breath the whole time. So you'll hold your breath. As soon as you have to take that breath out and in, breathe, look at your monitor, however many calories that is, rest a couple minutes, do it again. We'll be using in our weightlifting. This is going to be, if you guys remember the things like we very typically will do like an EMOM 12 or 15, and you got to hit 2 solid lifts before you add weight. Kind of similar to that, but we're going to throw in some aerobic stuff. So and it was next week AMRAP 15, 200-meter run, 2 squat snatches, and then go up by feel and just get some solid volume in with meaningful load and hitting good positions. Phenomenal way just to start like refining and making sure that you have your movement patterns on lock and that you can hit solid lifts with meaningful load consistently. We're going to use a SOTS press. So this is something that's like unbelievably hard if you haven't done a whole lot of SOTS press. And our main job is to get you in a flat-footed upright position that you can then press in your snatch grip from, which is, oh, you can't even see me, oh shit. But that's a lot harder than you'd expect. So we'll work, especially obviously in the gym. We got you covered, but outside of the gym, if you're not coming to Power Stroke and watching this, your job is to just mainly get a solid pressing pattern overhead. So if that means you stay tall, like in a Klokov press, or you're just going down partially, that's totally cool. We just want to get you guys stable and strong where you receive that barbell and the snatch grip overhead. Swimming, normally once a week we'll be hitting our swimming, making sure we get in the pool. It's just a huge thing for breath work, and obviously being good at swimming for CrossFit is a big deal, but another way to get some aerobic without beating yourself up. And then in our sport specific focuses, this one is going to be in the workout we're going to test in. It's called Beethoven. It's 5 rounds, 20 and 15 cal row, 16 wall balls, 7 lateral burpees over the rower. The plus version is 23 wall balls and 11 burpees over the rower, 15-minute cap. So we're going to be working on some like longer, low skill, like a longer metcon like this that is a squatting and burpee and aerobic triplet. So that's the one we're going to test in. We'll do different versions of it, whether that's with thrusters and burpees, yay, or squat cleans, or some sort of squatting mechanism, jump squats. We'll see those, and then we'll be able to retest that again. But that'll be a really good, just classic fitness driver. It's so much fun. Okay. All right. I think that pretty well wraps up our main thought processes this block. And fuck yeah, excited for summer, excited for fitness. We'll see you guys in the gym or online.